In this video, I will demonstrate the use of Collobos software's FingerPrint. FingerPrint is installed on Windows XP, Vista, Windows 7, and it allows all your iOS attached devices, such as an iPhone or an iPad, particularly iOS 5, to see printers that you have installed on your Windows system. Any printer. For the most part, you can try the trial and make sure it works with your printer first before you decide to buy. And the key thing is it doesn't have to be what's on Apple's AirPrint list. So let me go ahead and demonstrate what I'm talking about. First, let's take a look at what printers I have installed. I'll go ahead and get better pictures. All right, next, I need to attach a printer to my Windows 7 machine. Of course, most of you would already have a printer installed, but the point I want to make here is that it's not only quick and easy to install a printer, but there's some versatility here where multiple printer types are handled quite nicely by FingerPrint. So we just installed the USB 2 attached device. That was easy. Let's also add a network printer. So in my case, it's scanning my local network. So I'll go ahead and go with that. Okay, so we have two printers installed. Next suggestion I would make is to give them decent names. So when you go to print from your phone, folks, say maybe visitors to your house that are on your Wi-Fi, will know what it is. Okay, so we have a printer. That's one prereq. Now, let's download the software. So, FingerPrint runs on your Windows machine as long as your machine is turned on. It doesn't need to be logged in. I can reboot after a Windows update, say in the middle of the night. It'll just keep working because it's installed as a service now. So when we go to run this installer and hover the mouse over it, you can see the version, January 30th, and the version that's current is 1.2.0.244. About as simple as an install as I could do, just next, 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 all the defaults. And now I'm ready to launch FingerPrint. Okay, so it found my printers, and I don't have to worry about if I rename them or add new printers, they just automatically show in this list in FingerPrint, is what I've noticed. So that's good. There's no maintenance of this product over time. Let's go ahead and try our first print job. We don't need this thing in our face for that print job to work. Bring your attention over the picture-in-picture window on the phone, an iPhone 4 in this case. We'll go ahead and run the camera app. We'll take a quick picture. If we tap in the bottom left corner, we bring up the picture. Bottom, you'll see a little arrow. Click on that arrow, and print is now one of your options. Notice it selected Open My PC. Open on my PC. Let's try that first. Bring your attention back to the desktop, and there we go. Brought that up very quickly. Now let's try printing again. Tap the screen to bring up the menu. Click the arrow. Choose Print. Now let's select a different printer this time. How about the Epson photo printer that's right in front of me? One copy. Tap Print. Watch the webcam view again carefully. You should see an LCD just turn on here where my finger's pointing. It says printing, and it's making noise. So now we're printing a 4x6 photo. So if you think about the possibilities here, we could print PDFs from our library on our phone or all sorts of documents. If you can be viewed on your computer, just print to my PC and it'll just pop up on your Windows 7 in this case. Here's the piece of paper it printed, and it's got the same watermarking. So of course it's telling you this is a FingerPrint is not licensed, but it's giving you a chance to go ahead and try the product and make sure that particular printer works for your needs. Just point out one last piece here is that FingerPrint is now a service. That's a new function that came out in January 2012. One other slightly more advanced thing to show off here would be if we log off and log back in. You'll notice we get prompted for check for updates or don't check. I'll go ahead and let fingerprints check automatically for updates. Notice this product is in your face until we license it. That's expected, not a big deal. Next time we log in after typing in the license key, it'll no longer nag us. And it'll start minimized. Okay, licensing information has been successfully saved. Thank you for purchasing FingerPrint. Go ahead and demonstrate. FingerPrint, I can see it running in the tray. It's no longer in my way. Going back to the phone, I click the print menu, and I can see the printer list is still presented. That's a live list. It sniffs the network every time and looks for what printers are attached. So it's still working. Another demonstration would be, let's do a reboot. Let's simulate Windows doing an update in the middle of the night, and now someone goes to print in the morning. It's good that it's running as a service because it'll just plain work. You won't have to do anything. Since the service runs whether a user is logged in or not, it will work just fine. Okay, so we've allowed Windows to come up. It's booted. The service should be started around now in the background. Choose print. Choose which printer. Let's go with the Epson again. And go ahead and print. And there it goes. Printing out another copy. Okay. So we tested Windows 7, done. Next, let's test Windows XP. There we go. Here's Windows XP. Download the software. I'm going to go as fast as possible here. Whoops. It's already shown you on one product how to download it, or one operating system. It's basically the same on all the others. If we look at printers on this Windows XP machine, I already installed a printer driver for Epson. I had to manually download that because that's an older operating system. Okay, we'll run what we just downloaded on XP. Click Next. Accept the agreement. Click Next. 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 Install. Launch. Okay. Okay, making sure the USB cable is actually attached and the printer's there. And there's a pop-up warning me. And now we can go and minimize. And here's how Windows XP is going to look on the phone. Tap the photo we took. Hit the arrow. Hit print. It's the same exact look and feel. Notice, however, we left the old product running. So it actually tells us which operating system which printer presented is on. Notice FingerPrint in WinXP is what the first one says. Next one says FingerPrint on Windows NT x64. Okay? So let's simplify matters. I'm going to go ahead and remove the network connection from Windows 7 and take care of the clutter. It's done. Now let's present the print list again. So we have Windows XP and only Windows XP on the network presenting list of printers. And now a much simpler list should show. Not yet. I went too soon. Let's try that again. Let me look at Windows. Okay. Cable it wasn't attached. Wasn't detached. Let's go to print again. Notice the little swirly icon there. So now is when it's looking at the network and dynamically building a list of printers. It's finished now. Now that I let it finish this time, we have a shorter list of printers, and we're still seeing so we're seeing a shorter list of printers. The names of the printers, if the two different operating systems had the same name, it looks like it's not updating the name of what operating system it's running on, but that's okay. It's a short list. Let's print on Open My PC, and I can stop wasting paper at this point. And let's watch Windows XP pop up a message when it prints. There we go. Windows XP, we are now done testing on Windows XP. Next operating system on my list is Windows Home Server. Or actually, Microsoft Windows Server was next on my list. Okay, we're ready. So we got Windows 2008. If we look at the version here, (2008) R2, Service Pack 1. Next, going to attach the USB cable. Okay. It's giving me a warning, a USB 1.1 device on a USB 2 port. It's fine. Okay, let's have a look at our list of printers. Epson printer shows up. We're good to go there. So we're ready to download FingerPrint. This is a server, generally not advisable to surf the web on it. I'm just downloading this one exe. And again, just for the simplicity and the purposes of the demo, I allowed Collobos.com to be browsed. Any other website is blocked on these server OSs. Which is not a bad idea. Okay, we're done with the browser. We're done with the download. Ready to install. Here we go. Install on 2008. Now, earlier you may remember me mentioning there's a prerequisite for it to work on 2008. Let me hit cancel. we need to establish a printer role first. Then the install and the function works just fine. So we click on Server Manager. We click on Roles, Add Role, Print and Document Services. It gives you some information. Print server, leave that default. Next, 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 and then click Install. That's it. That's the prerequisite for getting Collobos FingerPrint to work on any of these server operating systems. So we can close that down, and now we can start the installer. Launch FingerPrint. Okay, presents my list of printers. Go over to the phone again. Tap the arrow, tap Print, and watch the little spinning indicator in the upper right as it scans the network. It's finished. If we look at the list, it should match. Okay, so this must be a bonjour side effect. It takes a little while for the old ones to go away. Or I simply forgot to turn off one of the ones I was done testing. Taking a look here. Yeah, I think it just takes a little while to go away. Let's just go ahead and print to the one it said, whoops. Let's go to Open on my PC, which says Windows 2008, and print, and it should pop up on the screen here. Not exactly common that you would have 5 or 6 operating systems all with FingerPrint installed. You're going to pick, just one. Okay, it worked. It's just it's a server operating system, so it can't print, it can't view a JPEG by default, but you saw it did pop up. So that's fine. We're ready to move on to the next operating system, which is Windows Home Server Service Pack 2. This is the older version based on Windows Server 2003 32-bit operating system. Here's Windows Home Server, the original. Let's install FingerPrint there. Quick peek at the printer list. Oh, gotta go ahead and add the printer. Attach the cable. Okay, printer's attached to home server. Okay, I'm going to need the network driver for that. Let me grab that from Epson. Not the network driver, excuse me. The driver from the network from Epson. Okay, we got the Epson driver downloaded and installed. And now we have a printer in the list, so we should see that from the phone. Oops. Ready to download. And now ready to install. and launch. Okay, on this older operating system, it only shows 2 devices. Let's look at the phone. Wait for it to scan the network. Let's try opening my PC. It worked. Next operating system. Here we go, Windows Home Server 2011. Can't tell that from the bottom right, but you can tell it from here. Okay, I'm going to attach the USB cable from the printer. Let's take a look at the list of printers. Epson's there and ready. Now we're ready to download and install FingerPrint. Okay, what did we forget? Well, this is a Windows 2008 server product, so I'm going to cancel the install, and I need to install the server role first. Print serving role. Do it in the reverse order, and I know there'll be trouble. So, caught it just in time. All right, add a role. Select Print and Document Services. Next, next, next. Install. And close. Close the roles, and now we can do fingerprint setup again. The install had not actually begun. Okay, now it's installed. Back to the phone. Click Finish. Close the user interface, and now let's see how print to my PC works. Print, open on my PC is what I was looking for. Wait for it to settle down and find everything. You just saw the list get large and then small. So bonjour, it takes a little while, I guess. Again, let's go and print that. And there we go. That operating system is now tested as well. So now we're on the last operating system, adding the USB cable. If we look at the name of the operating system here, we'll see Windows Storage Server 2008 R2 Essentials. Printers. Great, we've got an Epson printer. Notice IE9's on this one. Server, print server role. You'd think I'd learn. Add roles. Print and document services. And close, and close. And now run fingerprint install. Okay, that's our last machine to test. Back to the phone. Tap print. Got an error. So that was perhaps Bonjour not finding the new network quite yet. So let's see what happens this time. If we tap open on my PC, let's see how many printers we see. All right, now let's try it. There we go. It worked. So we have complete success on all of those operating systems. And that is the end of this video and this thorough test of FingerPrint on a variety of operating systems that obviously installs and runs quite easily. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and thank you for watching.